We're go. I'm going to do a little clap test.
Hey, yo.
I'm going to sync. All right. We are synced up. Mr. Joe Lilly, how are you doing this evening?
I think I'm having a great time.
You are synced. You're having a great
Josh.
time.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for being on. I know we shook off camera. I want to shake again, brother. That was good.
Thank you.
So we got a big event coming up. I had asked you a couple weeks back, super busy guy. I had asked you a few months back, super busy guy. But I was like, hey, you got something coming up Saturday. It's a big deal for those out there that are music lovers, that are beer lovers, that are just entertainment lovers in Parker County, located at, it's going to be at Parker County Brewing Company this coming Saturday.
Yes.
This podcast will probably drop in about 3 days. So in a day and a half, for those of you listening, it's
mere hours.
Mere hours, yes. No, what is actually a Saturday, June
14th.
June 14th.
You're a proud father.
I am a proud father.
Father's Day Eve.
Oh, I love it.
It's the beginning of your Father's Day.
I love. Miranda, when were you born? No, what day? It's my daughter's birthday.
It is
I
my
knew it was
daughter's
coming up.
birthday
I
as
knew
well.
it was coming. No, it is not.
No, but I'm an empath.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
So we're
feel
good.
you.
All right. So give me a little bit of an overview or a summary of what's coming up on Saturday at PCBC.
Yeah. So hey, we have a concert going on to benefit the Lilly Youth Arts Foundation, which is a charity that my wife Kim and I started a couple years ago.
I want to come back to that. The
Parker
Lilly
County
Youth Foundation.
Yeah,
but
well,
tell me more about the event. But
Okay.
I want to remember that. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so Parker County is an amazing place, but and we've created an amazing community of music here in Parker County. But you can never have enough resources thrown at kids. You can never have enough resources dedicated to the arts, and so that's the singular mission of the Lilly Youth Arts Foundation. And one of the things that that's really important to me, that I think is important to the community, is making sure that music is accessible to everyone. So we throw this benefit concert every year. Proud to say we're second annual.
Okay, second
annual.
You just scared me because you said we throw this every year, and I was like, oh my God, we're friends, and I didn't know that this is year 12. Okay, but this is second annual.
Second annual.
I love it. Second annual.
And what I like to do, I came up in the Chicago music scene, and I've been playing music and making music and involved in music for a really long time. And one of the things that I think is really cool is if you put music in front of people who are not used to seeing that type of music. So last year we had this guy who won America's Got Talent. Michael Grimm, he did a great job. This year, what I've done with the help of my friend Austin Allen, who runs a company called the Artist Collective. They're a software company for artists and venues. Plug for Austin.
Okay, Austin Allen. Yeah, tell me what the company is again.
The Artist Collective.
Artist Collective.
So Austin's a big music industry guy.
Okay.
We put together basically a powerhouse, internationally recognized jam session of musicians who don't normally play with each other.
Okay.
So we didn't hire a band. We hired people from a lot of really cool bands in the blues world from around the country, and we're putting them all on stage together, and they're gonna
So let's
jam
highlight
for
that.
us.
You just said blues.
Yeah.
So I really want to highlight that because that is super cool. Not that Weatherford doesn't have folks that play blues at our different bars, restaurants, live music. I'm sure there's been some super cool blues acts. But sometimes it's a little more cover. It's a little more rock and roll. It's a little more 70s rock. This is a blues event that's going down.
It's a blues event.
And that is cool.
Yeah, and it's a Chicago. I mean, so opening, we have James Hinkle, who's a Fort Worth blues man. He's been playing in the community for a long time. He's going to bring the Texas blues flavors. And then
Texas blues. What's that?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Texas,
okay.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's blues.
Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan's blues.
Okay, I know blues then.
I
know blues.
Did you get my background in my advanced package?
I did not get the
your
advanced.
team?
I
did
did.
your team?
I did. Jamie,
Our
did we get this?
publicists.
Jamie, did we get this?
Rex, did
Rex,
you send it?
Did you send
Did you
the
send him
advanced
the
package?
advanced package? Oh, Rex thought that the advanced package was an inappropriate
Oh,
photo.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, I did get that
Different-
actually.
yeah,
Rex.
different advanced
I
package.
did get that, Rex. No, Stevie Ray Vaughan, you're educating me. Of course I know him. He's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something like that. I mean, he's amazing, but I didn't know that was blues. That's cool. I love it.
So James Hinkle, I will tell you, is no Stevie Ray Vaughan, but also Stevie Ray Vaughan is no James Hinkle.
I love it.
So he's bringing Texas blues to us.
Okay.
And then after that, I've got a really good friend named Biscuit Miller, who's a Chicago blues bass player. He used to play with a lot of famous acts. Toured with a guy named Lonnie Brooks for a long time. Which, if you're into the blues scene, you definitely.
How'd
know
you and
Lonnie
Biscuit
Brooks. I met Biscuit at an open mic in 2001 when I was barely allowed to be at bars, and he was hosting a
You were
blues open
underage,
mic.
probably.
I was about underage, and my bandmates were certainly underage.
Okay.
And Biscuit became a good friend and mentor, and he's really the reason that I'm, I've worked on building a music community, because that's exactly what he did in Chicago. So Biscuit's going to follow with a couple of just absolutely phenomenal young guitar players, and then our headliner for the evening is Chris Cain.
Okay.
He's out of Northern California. He is an absolute legend in the making. The guy shreds. He's got the voice of a giant. He is fantastic. And the thing that I am most excited about as a musician myself is,
what's a giant sound like? Voice of a giant.
You're about to find out.
Okay.
Are you coming on Saturday?
Yeah, we're gonna
have you
try to
checked
come.
with the Have you checked with the planning committee? Have you checked?
I think we're good
You're
to
gonna
go
stop.
on Saturday. Yeah.
If
Well,
you're-
tell me, is there seats available?
There are for now, but we're getting real close. We're getting real close to having to sell out for. Yeah, we're getting real close.
That's what you want, man, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I see it. You're doing great marketing, great advertising. It's a great, sounding like a great event. That's why we brought you on. I mean, it's like, dude, I want to talk about that a little bit
Let's
more.
talk about it.
It's a big event.
Hit me.
So is it going to be, I've yet to be, I think my family's been, but I haven't been to Park County yet. It's on my do list. I got to go to PCBC, have a beer, check it out. Is it like the old setup with the stage and stuff, or is it going to be a different
They moved
set?
the stage.
Okay, I heard that.
So they
actually.
moved the stage around to like the northeast side of the building.
Sweet.
Ryan and the team did a great job. The old facility was great if you're a musician or like a music purist, but like you can only throw so many midsummer concerts outdoors, when it's uncovered. So
Gotcha.
Ryan created a lot more indoor space. He changed the bar. He improved the flow of the space a ton. He returfed the outdoors.
Oh, cool.
He made it very, very. I mean, it's a very, very usable space for families. It's a usable space for musicians, and it's also a really, really cool space. I'm super proud of what those guys have done. I know that it was a labor of love for them, and it took a long time. And I'm really looking forward to putting a bunch of dancing people on that that AstroTurf and
I've
trying
heard
to
great
wear some
things.
holes in it.
No, everybody that stops by, they're always like, "Oh, you got to go check it out. It's super cool. It looks super awesome." So definitely gonna go there. How's the beers full swing? Beers full kicking?
They are, yeah. They've got the full beer menu. They have if you were at Parker County Brewing Company prior to their move, their menu offering is really, really expanded.
Nice.
Their new menu offerings are very, very strong. The beer's flowing.
What's your favorite beer there? If Joe Lilly's going to PCBC, what's the go-to? Honey, I need one more, honey. What's the one beer?
That's tough. So I would like to say it's their new beer, Shoot Happens.
Okay.
And I say that with a
Shoot
caveat.
Happens.
The caveat is that Shoot Happens kicks well above its weight. Shoot Happens is an angry bull.
Okay, I know. I'm with you. We're on the same page.
You can't drink Shoot Happens all night. So once you're done with the Shoot Happens, their new Hef is phenomenal. 1879 is also a strong standby.
Yep.
If you're into the bigger beers, they got a whole series of oak stouts that are phenomenal. Buck and Rider
Still
is great.
doing
It's a lighter beer.
is the Cowboy?
I don't know if it's on right now,
But
because that's not my
in
jam.
production
But yeah,
or something.
I'd have to refer
Not an
you.
IPA guy.
I'd have to refer you to the Park County Brewing Company public relations team.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Not an IPA guy.
I have a strict 7% rule. Is what So keep it easy.
So what's the Shoot Happens hitting at?
I think they said 5.7.
I think they said 5.7. There might be some manipulation or some miscalculation. Okay, all right. Feels a little heavier than it hits. Edgewise had a couple like that. They had some beers that I'm like, 5.3, 5.9. I've had 3, and I don't recognize my wife. So,
Yeah.
There's definitely, hey, it's an imperfect science. You do the best you can.
We're all doing as best as we can.
We all do it as best as we can. All right, so we've talked a little bit. The middle act. Go back to this one.
Biscuit Miller.
So Biscuit, give me best memory of Biscuit. When I say Biscuit, what's like the first thing that
I'm
comes to
like
mind?
21.
Okay.
I walk into this blues open mic night in a smoky, probably should have been condemned bar and grill in South Chicago Heights, Illinois, which if anyone knows the south suburbs, South Chicago Heights is not exactly Beverly Hills. And me and my friends, all under 22, we tried to sign up for the jam, and we got passed over for the jam.
Okay.
And at the end of the night, Biscuit walks up to us and he says, "Hey, you guys brought your instruments, but
You're good.
I'm
No, you're good.
actually
You're
no,
good.
I wanted that there."
Oh, okay. Biscuit brought the instrument. He's like,
No, Biscuit brought. He said, "You guys brought your instruments." He came up to us and said, "You guys brought your instruments, but you didn't play. Why didn't you play?" And we said, "Well, we put our name on the form,
we got booted.
but you didn't call us." And he goes, "Oh shit." And he said, "You guys will sing next week, and you guys will sing at every open mic that I'm at." Right?
He's true to his word.
Man, and I'll tell you what, it happened that he was playing bass at the time for this guy named Lonnie Brooks. For those of us in the blues scene, Lonnie Brooks is mentioned alongside people like B.B. King, people like Buddy Guy. Lonnie Brooks is there in the conversation for people who are into blues.
And he was playing bass for him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
an important role in blues. Is that?
Well, and he's
that
played
bass
with.
hits.
I mean, dude's played with everybody. I mean, he has played with everybody. He's toured the world playing bass. He is an incredible entertainer. He is an absolutely wonderful friend. He's a builder of communities. He is the musician that, if you're if you ran out of gas and he's 35 miles from you and he can come help you out, at the end of your gig, like he's going to do it. And he's always been that way. Biscuit's always been the guy who builds the community that can lift itself up, right? Rather than being cutthroat, because the music industry is very, very cutthroat. But Biscuit has always been, the rising tide raises all ships guys. And
Love it.
And true to that sort of sentiment, he just put together a group of 4 or 5 other musicians who are going to play in that second slot on Saturday night. And I've never heard any of them play together, and they've never played together in this configuration. And it's going to be awesome. This will be the most unique, high level, like incredible blues show of the year. I mean, I would argue anywhere. Well, and here's why. Like, it's easy to have an act as a musician. Easy to have an act and do your show and do your show really well. It's a completely different thing to say, here's 6 other people. You guys haven't rehearsed at all. Make a show, and that's what they're going to be doing for us.
Oh, that sounds entertaining.
It's
actually,
super entertaining.
Because you're not watching for the fail, because they're going to do great.
But they're going to fail.
But
there's going to be mistakes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Educate me a little bit on Chris Cain.
Chris Cain is.
So I know the name.
Yeah, I mean,
did some research ahead of time, but like, how did you get to meet him, know him, come about?
To be honest with you, probably 5 years ago, the YouTube algorithm. I mean, I listen to a lot of music. I study a lot of music. I listen to a lot of blues, and now with like with the algorithmic sort of, you might also be interested in sort of thing that happens on Spotify and YouTube and the other platforms. I found Chris Cain, or he found me, or whatever, and he's an absolute. Like I've said this 6 times, absolute monster. He is an incredible technician. He is a phenomenal singer. I mean, he is the real deal. He's coming to Parker County. We are so fortunate to have him in Willow Park.
Yeah.
In Willow Park. Someone called me earlier today. This is a true story. I was at Bush League.
Okay.
Someone called me earlier today. I was having lunch.
Did you pregame on me?
I'm sorry. You'll have to submit your questions in writing in advance before our interview.
All right, keep going.
And no, we were having lunch and playing Golden Tee with Rex and I were. And,
Golden Tee's great.
I won. And I got a phone call, and the person said, "I want to learn about the Chris Cain tickets." And we chatted a bit, and they said, we'll be 4, and they live a bit northwest of Weatherford. And I said, did you find us from the Parker County Pickers webpage or one of the banners around town? And this guy said, "No, like, I've been on Chris Cain's mailing list since 30 years. And I think this guy said, and I don't know if this is true, so one of your research team back here
research team
can verify this. But this might be his first gig in like the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in his 70-something years of life.
So it might go off.
This might be, this might be historic.
Yeah.
Well, it is historic.
How are you going to work with walk-ins? Is that even a thing, or you're not really going to? I'm sorry, I can't do that.
No, that's a great question. The space accommodates a ton of people. The space probably accommodates more people from like a fire code standpoint than would be comfortable. So we're going to make sure everyone's comfortable, and we're going to sell it out. We're going to cut it off.
Okay.
And based on the current run, we're like, I don't know. we're probably 70-80% sold out right now.
Okay.
You know,
That's actually a great number because it's going to be a rockin' show. It's going to be awesome. 78%, you're hitting it. But the walk-in folks that might be listening to this or who might be reading your flyers that you got all over, it's like, okay, there's room for me to come. It might get cut off. I got to come early. 70% scares me slightly, but not enough to scare me away. It's like, okay, I can hit this. I just got to get there early. I got to make sure I secure one of those free available spots. That's how I would view it. I'd be like, if you said we're 97% full, I'd be like, I'm not going to get a seat. I'm not going to get a seat. 70-80 is like, okay, I'm going to get a seat. I just got to get there a little early.
well, and here's the thing. So, you know, we're not selling tickets because we want the show to be available to people whether or not you can afford it. We don't want money to be an
Talk to me
impediment.
about that because I saw it where it was like it's a donations
Yeah.
and a call and a reserve. Or,
So
so
we're
how you working all that?
Very low tech.
Okay.
I just want to know if you're coming. If you're coming, you give me your name and how many people are in your party. Like you're in, that's your ticket. And we're going to
Joe,
prioritize.
say that again. We got to highlight this. If you want to go,
You just have to text me and
it's
tell me your
texting
name.
the guy on the flyer. We'll put it in the
Yeah.
podcast underneath.
Hold on, can you do this thing where like it's right here?
It's right down
It's
below.
Right,
No,
is it right
we're-
here?
What did you say about
It's
low
right
tech?
here.
What did you say about low tech?
Right.
No, but yes, we will put it in the description of the Facebook, YouTube, Spotify ad, and you just let them know. Send a text or a message like, "Hey, I want to go. I'm bringing 3. I'm bringing 5. I'm bringing
Yeah,
7."
that's it.
And as long as there are seats, because we're at 70 to 80, as long as they're at seats, you're in.
Well, but we're gonna we're gonna prioritize those people over the walk-ins, right? The other thing is,
Oh, of course.
I'm really proud of this. I don't. You probably didn't. You might not have noticed this from socials a couple months ago because I only announced this once. But rather than doing like tickets or a wristband, we did a really cool rubber wristband last year. Rather than doing that this year, what I've done is I went out to an auction service that auctions estate materials for like rock stars.
Okay, I'm interested. Right, so
And
far.
I
You
got
me.
like 200 or 300 vintage backstage passes and tickets
Dude.
going back to the mid 1960s
Nice.
that were given away. So I have 50 Crosby, Stills and Nash tickets from before I was born.
And that's
right?
gonna be
I
your-
have Van Halen 1984 tour backstage passes. I got half a dozen of
Can I
those,
just call
right?
you for that one? Like, I want that Van Halen one.
So everyone that puts their name in, you know, I mean, it's a small kind of thing, but everyone that puts their name in is also going to get a piece of like vintage American
Vintage
rock memorabilia.
eBay rock
right?
material, yeah.
The other thing is, there's this really cool vendor that I discovered. They're kind of like an adult version of a caricature.
Okay.
And you can go to this website. It's called Buttsketch, buttsketch.com.
I'm intrigued.
So they
I'm
do
intrigued.
they do these charcoal drawings of people, but they do them with you facing away from the artist.
Oh,
so they're sketching
I
your
have
back.
seen them.
So Butt Sketch is coming
Yes.
to the event, and the people who have called me and texted me ahead of time,
Yep.
which costs them no money,
They're getting a butt sketch?
they're getting priority
Priority.
of the butt.
Hey,
Yeah, we only have one.
that's all you
butt-
can ask for.
Yeah, we
That's
only
all you
have
can
one
ask
butt
for.
sketch artist.
Yes.
You know? So other things. I mean,
They came, I think, to the Whiskey and Wine Walk here in Weatherford.
I'm sure they did,
Because I remember my wife and I were shocked. We just kept seeing this group of people that we know, and they're like all looking away, and somebody's doing something. We're like, what is going on? And then we'd see the final product, and it was this.
And
the
it's
butt
really
sketch.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really cool.
Everyone's butt looked good. I mean, it
So
was they painted it very favorably.
that they have to fix mine a little bit, but
You got a flat butt.
you know, I mean, that's another podcast. So we got Butt Sketch coming, and that was actually introduced to us by our friends at Vinoco. Vinoco's actually Vinoco and Aledo, the wine
Yeah,
shop.
yeah, absolutely.
They're
Everyone knows
actually curating a special wine list for us at Parker County.
At Parker County.
We did a deal between Vinoco and Parker County Brewing Company, and there's going to be a special wine list. There's going to be some nice cavas, some nice sparkling rosés, a couple of whites that you've never had before. I'm kind of a wine nerd, and so we're bringing the wine nerd sentiment.
So when you come,
know.
eats and drinks. I mean, to eat and drink is you just order off the menu. You get
Yeah.
the drinks you want. You'll have a server. You get the server
Yeah.
you want. It's not a food package or anything. You're just coming to listen to music, and you're going to patron Park County Brewing Company.
Yes, and access to premium wines through their POS that you don't have access to normally. So it's not like a separate transaction. They're just bringing all their Park County Brewing Company out of the goodness of their heart. You know, is bringing these special wines in for one night only. Butt Sketch for one night only, right?
Nice.
We're gonna have cooling stations. I think some of my volunteers are going to be doing a silent auction. We're going to be auctioning off a guitar, some other things. We're going to
Auctioning off a guitar.
yeah,
Dude, you're going all in.
I know.
What was the inspiration for this before last year? Last year was the first one.
Are you saying the inspiration for the event?
The event.
Yeah, so I have...
Is it the Lilly Foundation? I mean, is it...
We started the Lilly Foundation around the same time, but I mean, the idea of having the event was because, you know, the music scene in Parker County or anywhere else needs more. It needs more people bringing cool acts in from other places, and you know, we have we're fortunate to have the resources and relationships to bring some of these cool acts in, and we just want as many people as possible.
I like how you said that because you benefit. I like how you said that because you're saying we just need more. It's not that Park County doesn't have; it's just we need more, and especially from other places. It's a cool way to do it.
Yeah.
I dig that, and it was real popular last year. I thought that was fun.
We sold out last year.
Yep, yep. Last year was a good time. Last year was fun. All right, so talk to me a little bit about Joe Lilly, the man. So the guy behind all this stuff. I think we've really we got a good sense of the event. Everyone's super excited. The guy behind the scenes. We talk a lot about Chicago. Is that where we're born and raised?
Yeah, I was born in Rhode Island, raised in the south side of Chicago, south suburbs of Chicago.
Born in Rhode Island.
Father was a salesman. He traveled a lot.
Is that really what it was? Father was a salesman?
Yeah.
We're about the same age. So father's a salesman in the late 70s, 80s.
He sold
early
for
90s.
He sold for Corning. He sold industrial glass stuff.
You ever been to the
for a
Corning
bit.
factory?
No, but we used
went
to
there.
sell. My dad used to sell the parts that go into microphones like this. So I actually visited the Shure factory in the north suburbs of Chicago a lot.
Is that where this from? Chicago?
Well, I mean,
Probably.
this is probably overseas, but that's where it's designed. Yeah.
Very cool. Corning Glassworks was pretty wild. That's just west of Syracuse.
Yeah, it's up your neck of the woods.
Yep, we went to the Corning Glassworks once. The only thing I remember was the Corningware, Tupperware kind of stuff that went into microwaves, and they were really big on that, and they had a big wall of it. But anyway, that was pretty cool. All right, so born in Rhode Island, Chicago,
moved to Vegas, and then spent 15 years in Vegas. And then my wife and I wanted to raise our family closer to family. So I have a brother who was in Aledo, so we moved to Aledo in 2016.
Oh, very cool.
We didn't know anyone and other than my brother, and we moved out here, and I needed to find some musicians, so we built with Carm. We built Parker County Pickers, which is the subject of another podcast.
We're definitely we want to bring the Pickers on. You guys were on my short list. I mean, I wanted to bring you and Carm both on. This is a 2-person setup, but I think we figured it out. So for those regulars watching, a couple thousand of you, we're going to figure out a way to do a 3-person first time ever, and that would be cool if the first ever multi-person was with the Parker County Pickers. Do we do hop dusters anymore?
We do. Yeah, we do.
Remember that? That was a cool thing.
Yeah, my work has been bad for a couple of years, so I've been on the road too much, so we haven't been able to do as many of the duo gigs. I've actually only played once. I played 2 weeks ago.
That was a duo gig between Carm and Joe, and it was affectionately, I think there was even a shirt or a logo.
The Hop Dusters, yeah.
Yeah, it was the Hop Dusters.
And well, the whole premise of that was great. So Carm is a better guitar player than I am.
Gotcha.
But he's from a different, not a different generation, but from a different discipline than I am. Like, I'm a lot more jazz side. He's a lot more, classic rock side.
Gotcha.
And so the premise of the Hop Dusters is that I sing songs and play them and tell him what key they're in off microphone.
Oh.
Live with no rehearsal. So
I love it.
Carm has to just show up and hang on.
Hop Dusters, they were you guys are very bad luck. You were our grand opening at Bourbon and Branch. Very bad luck for the Jones.
Good luck.
No. Oh, that's true. That's true. Hey.
It just, sometimes luck isn't enough,
I
Josh.
blame Mark Pavaro. I blame Mark. That was our No, I'm just kidding.
We should all be so lucky as to have a Mark Pavaro.
We should all be so lucky as to have a Mark Pavaro. No, so I'm super excited. That's Saturday. We talked a little bit about. So tell me a little bit more about you. So Vegas, what did you think of that?
I like it here better.
We went to Vegas once. It was last summer, first time in my life. I'm almost 50 years old, 47 years old. I was 46, and we went to stayed in the Venetian. It was pretty cool. I don't know if you stayed in the Venetian. Did you living in Vegas? Did you do Vegas? Did you stay?
Yeah, I did a little Vegas.
Okay. What was the best? What's your favorite resort? What's your thing?
I didn't really stay for.
Didn't spend the night there. Yeah.
I didn't really stay for relaxation. I stayed. I played a lot of poker and I played a lot of blackjack and stuff. And so I followed the games a little bit more than that.
We're going to our first cruise ever here in a couple weeks. Ever in our entire lives, we've never been on a cruise. and the boat has like this massive casino,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to spend a lot of time in the casino. You're going to spend a lot of time in the casino." I'm like, I don't know, because I really know how to do one thing, and that's slots. So like, I want to know Texas Hold'em. I want to know blackjack.
Those are all bullshit games.
Oh, what's the game? What do I look for?
On a casino, you don't play any table games. Their take is, I mean, casino. This is another podcast. But
Well,
I mean,
give me a quick lesson.
Cruise ship casinos are they're
going to take me.
yeah they
Okay, the house wins.
They like they can set a game in a different way to make it more pro house. Those are maximum pro house.
Well, I'll tell you, when we were in Vegas at the Venetian, the hotel across the street from the Venetian was closing down, the one with the volcano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mirage.
The Mirage. And it was there like last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it was insane because every gambler from the world, definitely from the U.S., definitely from Vegas, was going there because everyone was talking about, by law, the slots do have to pay out based on what the gaming commission says they have to pay out. But the casinos never, like, let them pay out up front. And then the machine breaks and the machine needs repair.
They all had to hit
but
their
they
averages.
had to pay out by law. So it was a madhouse of like pro gamers from all over the U.S., probably all over the world, were going, and they're like, oh yeah, every time a casino closes their doors, the rooms are reserved like a year in advance, as soon as it's announced, because you're gonna win. You're gonna win.
I didn't know that.
And there was people coming back to Venetian like celebrating, and we saw people in the streets, and everyone's like, yeah, this is payout week, man. They're closing their doors in like 12 days. They have to pay out, or else the violations will cost them more than the new. It's like it's the gaming commission.
Yeah.
Nevada Gaming Commission. The way it felt was like they were all a little afraid of the Nevada Gaming Commission, but it was like it's like until you're closing, you can manipulate anything you want.
So my favorite story about
Vegas
is, have you seen the movie Casino?
Love it.
You know, in the movie Casino, De Niro's attorney was played by Oscar Goodman.
Okay, I did. Okay.
Who at the time was the sitting mayor of Las Vegas.
And I didn't know that.
Who was playing the role of De Niro's mafia attorney. And in that role, he was playing the younger version of himself. He actually
was a mob attorney.
He was a mob attorney, yeah.
And got some money, did well,
Became the mayor.
Yeah,
only the mayor in the world with a Bombay Sapphire endorsement.
I love me some Bombay Sapphire.
You should do your podcast in Nevada, man. You'd have a lot of additional angles.
I'd have a lot of angles.
Bringing it back to Weatherford, though. On June 14th, you don't have to be a gambler. You don't have to be a winner.
You can be a loser.
You can be a loser and still come to see Chris Cain play some sweet, sweet electric blues.
Yes.
About
voice.
losing with his monster voice and monster chops.
Yeah. No, I love it. I'm picking on you with the monster. I'm sure it sounds like he's a killer actor.
He's a monster.
He's a monster. No, it's going to be awesome. Opening act again. Let's do the rundown. We got about a minute left. It's this Saturday, June 14th, my daughter's birthday.
Father's Day Eve.
Parker County Brewing Company in Willow Park, Texas.
Willow Park.
Doors open, kicks off. I mean, PCBC's open all day.
They're open. They're open all day. We're gonna start ticketing at 4.
Okay.
For folks. Bring a lawn chair.
Okay.
If you want.
Yep.
Seating is going to be limited. Bring your wallet. We're going to be raising money for
a good cause.
For local music.
And give me the full name of the Lilly Foundation.
Lilly Youth Arts Foundation.
Lilly Youth Arts Foundation. Joe Lilly. Thanks a lot, brother.
Dr. Tarbe. Hey, I need to talk to you about my X-ray results when off camera.
Off camera. We'll do it off.